Hi, everybody. I guess I got my my companion here. I'll sit with. Um, I will do my interview with this guy here. So good to see everybody here. Welcome to GamesBeat University. My name is Alex Valle. I'm a product manager at Google, and I was going to talk a little bit today about how we're helping with some of the things that we've been talking about. In fact, at this GamesBeat conference, one of the themes that continues, as I've heard for years, is one of building a great game, obviously, right? The core loop. And I've heard that term used a lot in a lot of these sessions, the core loop. And I wanted to talk a little bit about some of the products that we have at Google that help with that core loop, but more importantly, how to grow your business as you define that core loop. And so some of you at I/O recently may have heard the announcement that we made specifically about Firebase. Firebase is an analytics product and a product that allows you, again, to define and learn about your core loop as you're learning about your game and developing your game and tweaking your game. This gives you analytics, it gives you messaging, it helps you with A/B testing, it helps you with developing your game, et cetera, specifically in apps, for mobile apps. And this has been one of the announcements that we made recently. I wanted to talk more today about how to find high-value players with some of our products, so how to grow, if you will. That we've actually taken from a lot of you guys and over the last few years. Gamers are everywhere, right? And gamers and gaming formats take a lot of different approaches, right? And so mobile apps obviously becoming so popular nowadays as one of the many ways to play games. Your users, your potential gamers are everywhere. And as a result of that, we've actually taken a lot of time to weave our properties, Google properties, together. So YouTube, whether it's in the Play Store if somebody's searching for a game there, or whether somebody's surfing the web to learn or read or engage in a community or engage in a community on YouTube. We've actually tried to take all that reach, if you will, reach of users and reach of gamers, and make that a lot more available to you. So one of the things we've been working real hard on over the last couple of years is how to take that the reach, if you will, of these different gamers and make it easy for you to interact with them, engage with them, and acquire more of them if you want to do so for your growth strategy. So specifically, we launch universal app campaigns, and I wanted to talk about that a little bit. Today we spoke about how the direction we're going in with that. So I wanted to talk a little bit about the where we are and where we're going with this. So universal app campaigns is something that launched a year ago to address specifically this this reach question. And basically, how do we reach the potential users and gamers that are relevant for your game across YouTube, and they're reading and they're in a forum, or they're learning how to pass a level, or they're learning about anything about the content of your game. How do we reach that same user at the moment that they're, again, surfing the web or in another app or playing another game? What's the right way to interact with them and teach them your game at the right time? And or when they're, searching again in the Play Store. So how do we weave that together? That's basically what we did with universal app campaigns. What that allows you to do is, in a very simple way, if you want to enter a market and test, launching your app in the US or in Korea or anything like that, you can find the audience of users that's in that geo that is interested in your game, that already is an active gamer or already engages in other games and would make sense for you. So it's a pretty simple product. Again, underscore the simplicity element is what we did a year ago. So you tell us the geo you want to go to. You give us a few lines of how to describe your game, which we can automatically help you pull from the Play Store or the iOS App Store. And you're off and running, trying to grow in that country and acquiring users at whatever target it is that you want. So that's the product that's already live today, and that's how we help you grow today in a given geo. I wanted to talk about this. So one of the things we've been working really hard on over the last year, and again announced at I/O recently, is the ability for you to tell us specifically the event or the thing that you want to optimize for in your game. So if you find out that people who pass level 5 being very valuable to you, or in a given market, maybe it's a newer market for you, maybe you just want them to complete a tutorial, whatever it is you want, we've moved to this format where you tell us what you want, You don't have to worry about the demo and the targeting and all the manual optimization and all that. You tell us what it is that you want within your game. We'll help you go get users that are likely to do that. So we try to make this all simple for you. Again, if you're entering a new market, you can use the existing product. The product that we're right now live with a couple hundred advertisers and app developers and gamers. We're already testing this universal app campaign V2, you might say, product. And it's already live. And again, it allows you to just tell us what is it that you want to optimize for, and we go take care of the rest. So we've tried to keep it that simple. It's seen great results. So it's seen already, as we're testing it, we're able to dial up or down the scale of gamers that you want to interact with your game, and or zero in as needed to get specifically if you want to go deeper and get somebody who's more deeply engaged in your game or has done so in other games. We can take a whole bunch of unique signals that we have about folks that have installed apps or engaged in other gaming apps, even made purchases within other gaming apps, and go find those for you that'll be relevant for your game, whether it's a casual segment or a hardcore strategy segment. We, with our machine learning, will actually tune who it is that we acquire for you based on your segment and based on what it is that you want to optimize for. So that's the Universal App Campaign V2 product. We're pretty excited to be testing it right now. Tons of interest already, and if you want to participate, you're welcome to. We'll be launching that pretty soon here to be self-serve and available to everybody. Let me talk a little bit more about what and how we do, right? So for those of you that have used paid acquisition before, you might be familiar with either third parties that you already work with that do in-app event tracking. So we're fully flexible. We work with them as well. So there's a whole host of those guys already. SDK installed in your app if you do this today, or as I said earlier, we offer our alternative product ourselves, this Firebase SDK. If you want to do in-app measurement, analytics, or any of the messaging stuff and A/B testing, etc., that I mentioned earlier, you can install ours. So up to you. Typical Google approach here that we use, which install what is the right thing for your business within your app for your own measurement. And then tell us again, ping us when you have an event that you care about. And once you set that pipe up, what we do basically is we join then the power of your data with the power of users and knowledge that we have. Again, trying to find a way to get you those. So the product, the way it works, you'll have three choices basically. The current product that's already been live for a year will be you tell us you want to enter a new market, you give us a bid, budget, some description, and off you. The second option is you tell us I want somebody who passes level 5 or somebody who passes completes a tutorial, and we'll just go get you as many of those as we can find that are relevant for you. Or you tell us, hey, actually I want a combination of things. I want a certain mix of tutorial and let's say level 5. You can tune the dials as well to adjust that. So what we do with that is we go back in time and we train our models via machine learning to find users similar to those in the past that have done similar behaviors. And we make, again, the acquisition of that very easy. So one of the things that you us is the simpler we keep it, the more automated we can make it, and the more we can let you focus on your core gaming and report back to you the insights that are useful to you. So which videos worked really well, maybe some demographic or audience statistics on who it is that you acquired and how they performed, linked to the in-app analytics that you guys get through Firebase or through your own analytics platform. Gives you now a very powerful way to acquire high-value users and to measure how they did in your game, how they engaged, and then go back and tune your game, tune your model, rinse and repeat, if you will, right? So that's what we have. That's what we have on the plate right now. We're very excited about it. Some of the biggest gamers in the world and even some of the smaller startup gamers are using these combinations. As you can imagine, if you're starting out, you might find just a small market, or you might even be in development phase with certain features of your game. This will help you with that if you want to do any paid acquisition through that. or if you're bigger, more mature game, entering new markets, already somewhat mature, you can use that as well. So we've made this fully flexible. It works with your existing third-party companies you work with, the analytics companies, and it allows you to acquire. So that's what we've got on Slate on docket here. Very excited about it. Encourage you to use it, and thank you so much for joining here. If you want to learn any more about it, like the product that we have is called Firebase. So you're welcome to go read up on that. Tons of documentation on that already. Fully launched product, and Universal App Campaigns is this growth slash user acquisition product that we have. Again, to find what you want and optimize for that. Let us take care of some of the automation behind it, and then we teach you a lot about the audiences and how that's working. So thanks so much for hopping in, and hopefully enjoy the other sessions.